Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we are looking at something that is now quite old, but still very, very collectible. We are looking at the 2003 release by Corgi from their James Bond series of 143 scale die-cast models. And these particular models are the ones that came with the data cards and the clear plastic display plinths. Okay, and this particular one we're looking at today is from The Spy Who Loved Me, which was the third movie to star Roger Moore as James Bond, and was the 10th in the series produced by Eon Productions. It starred Roger Moore as James Bond, Barbara Bach, and Kurt Juggins, and was basically a Russian spy, and obviously the James Bond team up together to try and prevent, or because the submarines are going missing, and they're trying to prevent the missiles that were on these submarines being used to blackmail and destroy the Earth, which was what basically megalomania Carl Stromberg wanted to do. And it also featured Jaws for the first time, who was Stromberg's henchman. Okay, let's get back to the item. So this is the item in front of us, and it says +2 007 data cards. And this one shows the Lotus Esprit, that's from The Spy Who Loved Me. You've got a Corgi logo on the top right hand side. It says James Bond 007. Warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years old. And it says The Spy Who Loved Me. Corgi logo at the bottom, and it's TY95701. The Spy Who Loved Me, Lotus Esprit underwater. Okay, that's the front of the box. Let's turn the box around and let's have a peep at what we got on the back. Okay, so I've turned the box round to the back, and this is what we got printed on the back. So let's just bring that forward so we can have a read of it. It says, when a massive underwater craft abducts US and Russian submarines, global tensions are heightened to the brink of war. In order to find the true culprit, Bond joins forces with beautiful Russian agents Anya Anastova. The trial leads to the power-crazy Stromberg, who is implementing a horrific scheme for world domination. Bond has to grapple with a most lethal adversary, Jaws, a seemingly indestructible steel-toothed giant. The adventure takes 007 to the Egyptian pyramids, under the sea, and to a mountaintop ski chase that builds to one of the most amazing stunts ever filmed. Armed with harpoon guns, cement gun, underwater mines, land-to-air missiles, and an oil slick dispensers, Bond's underwater Lotus Esprit performs admirably during a deadly cat and mouse chase with a helicopter. At a flick of a switch, his sleek sports car turns into an underwater submarine, much to the surprise of his beautiful passenger, which she did know all about because she'd seen the blueprints for it. Okay, so that's the information on the television series. That's the back of the data card, and that gives you a bit of more information on the TV series, the movie. And then it says James Bond 007 display features. So you got the crystal clear display plinth, supremely detailed model, and says collect them all and be sure to look for future releases. So you've got this one, the Lotus Underwater. You've got the Goldfinger Rolls Royce. You've got the Aston Martin DB5. You've got the Space Shuttle from Moonraker. You've got Little Nelly, the Jaguar XKR, the Aston Martin Vanquish, and the BMW Z3. And it's got www.007.com, 2001, Eon Productions Limited, and Vanguard, so-and-so. And it's got 1962 Vanguard LLC and United Artists Corporation, all rights reserved. 007 is a trademark of Dang LLC, licensed to Eon by Eon Productions Limited. The Spy Who Loved Me, 1977. Danjo LLC and United Artists Corporation, all rights reserved. Let's just have a look at the bottom of the box. And on the bottom of the box, it says 2003 Corgi Classics Limited, Leicester LE19 IRL, Great Britain. Got Corgi Classics logo, copyright information, not suitable for children under 3 years old. The CE markings, the barcode, and warning before giving the child remove the screws. To the side, it says James Bond TY95701, The Spy Who Loved Me, Lotus Esprit Underwater, and the Corgi logo. And on the other side, exactly the same again, James Bond TY95701, The Spy Who Loved Me, Lotus Esprit Underwater, and the Corgi logo. Okay, that's the box. Let's take her out and let's have a look at her outside of the box. Okay, so I've removed the model from the box and this is what we got. So it comes on this display plinth and on this backboard, which is all underwater, if you like. But there's the model, and it is actually attached to the bottom with a screw. So if you wanted to take the car off, you could. You just unscrew it, and that removes the car from the plinth. But I think he looks absolutely fabulous on the display plinth. It does have 3 rolling wheels on the bottom there, but there's no other functionality of the model. It is meant to be as it's underwater going through the ocean. And you can see you've got the rudders at the back. You've got the 007 number plate at the back there with the lights, and the fins at the side, and again the 007 number plate at the front with the red lights. It is a nice little model. It is all die cast. The bottom section is a different colour to the top section, and I presume they've done that so it looks more like it's underwater. And that bottom section is plastic as opposed to die-cast metal, which the top section is. Okay, and at the bottom it's got Corgi on there. I can't quite see what else it says on the bottom there. I think it says Lotus Esprit, but that's I can't quite see it because the post is in the way that holds the model on, and you can't quite see it. Oh yes, I can. Maybe I can get. Yeah, it does say Lotus Esprit. Okay, so size wise, remember this is a 143 scale model, so it comes in at 9 centimeters long by, if we measure the widest part, which is with the fins out, we're looking at 4.5 centimeters. You can just see that, 4.5 centimeters. And height wise, if we measure from the bottom of the post to the top of the model, we're looking at 3.5 centimeters. So that is the model of the Lotus underwater car stroke submarine. I must say it is a lovely looking model. Actually, let's keep it off of there so we can see it in more details, because I do want to have give you a very, very good view of the front of the model. And there you can see it does look absolutely incredible. That was the front. Now we're going to come down the back side. You see you've even got the Lotus marks on the back there, and then of course to the side. So a really, really lovely model of the Lotus Esprit underwater submarine, as featured in the fantastic movie The Spy Who Loved Me. Okay, how well did these do back in 2003? Well, obviously Corgi models all sell. They produce so many fantastic models and they sell. This one, although we think it was a reproduction from an earlier model, it's not actually, because all the previous ones had the same colour bottom as it did on the top. However, this one, obviously the bottom is a slightly different colour, and obviously this one is plastic on the bottom, not metal, like the previous versions. So this particular version was only available with the data cards which came on the box. And there was 2 of those data cards which came with each of these particular models. Okay, so yes, as anything with Corgi, I don't know the numbers that was produced, but yes, they sold very well, as all of the Bond Corgi cars have done throughout all of the releases. So let's move forward to 21 years later. We're now at 2024. Do this particular versions come up very often on the platforms? Well, they don't really. You do occasionally see them come up from this particular series with the data cards, but not as often as some of the other versions without the data cards, which do appear. And again, as I say, it's the ones that are the same, the pure white top and the pure white bottom, and it's a whole die cast. This one was specifically, as I say, to this particular set of models. So this particular one doesn't come up very often. You don't see that many really these days with the plastic plinths. They just don't appear very often, which is a shame really, because I think they're great models and they're displayed perfectly on these plastic display plinths. So no, they don't come up very often. Yes, it's still very collectible, and yes, they are still highly sought after. And as usual, we at Midas Touch have managed to find a few of these models, and they are available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage James Bond items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive that this is something you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful scale model with me. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next video. So bye for now.